How to Analyze a Rental Property, Episode 2.
Welcome to the Smack Fest, the beat down. The SWAT team is here on another beautiful day of shutting the week down.
And hey guys, for meeting for the very first time, my name is William Dauria. I became financially free by 32 by purchasing rental properties. In this channel, I show you how to do the same. Let's go. All right, guys, so there's really going to be 4 different websites that you're going to need in order to be able to determine everything. You're going to use Zillow.com or something like it to go ahead and find a property. You're going to use rentometer.com to analyze the property's rental value if you're a buy and hold guy like myself. If you're going to be renting it out, Redfin.com is what I use to get my comps, and some type of mortgage calculator. So on Zillow.com, what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down and you're going to find something that catches your eye or something that interests you enough to kind of move forward with. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to find here is this property here. It's going to be a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,900 square foot. It's $250,000. It's in Rockwall, Texas, which is North Texas. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down, look at the pictures. Looks like a good neighborhood. Looks decent inside. Has an office, which I usually turn into a 5th bedroom just for good comps. Right here, you're going to have concrete floor. So it looks like they may have had pets. It had carpet. It was probably destroyed and disgusting. And they did you a favor by removing it. I actually like to see concrete floors because I can look very quickly and see if I have any foundation issues. And I can lay down the flooring that I like with basically very little or no tear out. You can literally just bring the floor in and start laying it down, and it really makes my life as an investor a lot easier. And plus, you could see there's no cracks. There's concrete looks good, so it's really hard to hide something when you're staring at the foundation in the first place. Kitchen's very basic, but it looks clean. Clean is really what I'm going for in a rental property. I would not want to rent something out that I wouldn't live in myself. It's got some dents in the refrigerator, but it might be okay, or you could replace it depending on your clientele. Yeah, so this is definitely a clean property. It needs some simple flooring, maybe some paint. Otherwise, let's scroll down. Multiple offers received, so the time you see this, it's going to be sold. So this is just as an example. 4-2, I'm just scrolling. I'm looking for anything that says, due to some work needed, this home will most likely not pass FHA inspection. So see agent private remarks. So I don't have the private remarks right now. That is absolutely something you'd want to look at. There could be some foundation issues that I cannot see in this picture. I don't see any cracks anywhere, but that doesn't mean that they didn't take a picture or not take a picture of that. $129 a square foot around here is cheap. And yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm looking for any rent comps, literally, or history, I should say, on this house. Pending sale, last time it was sold was 2015 for $175. So at $249 here in 2022 is very reasonable. That was just $90 a square foot too. It's definitely gone up a lot more than that. All right, tax assessment $237,000. So what we're going to do next is we are going to copy the address, and we're going to memorize that it's a 4-bed, 2-bath. We're going to go to rentometer.com. By the way, every website we're going to use, there's going to be a link right on the top in the description below so you can start doing the same stuff with you. And it's easiest to watch this video again, maybe on your phone while you're on your computer or vice versa, and to find your own property and to do the same thing. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and analyze this, see what it brings. We're going to bring anywhere from, let's call it 23 to 23, 25, 22, 25, somewhere around there. So I'm going to hit View Pro Report. Because I have a pro account, I can dig down a little deeper and see exactly kind of where everything is. So it dropped in 2020. Of course, everything dropped right there, and then it came right back up. You're going to scroll down. You're going to see the actual house right here, and then you want to stay your comps. You don't want to cross any major roads, so it's kind of hard to see. Everything's on top of each other, which can be good. But A, B, C, D's right here. D in red is going to be the most expensive. But house. So all these are good. They're not apartments or duplexes. Let's see. This one was 1,900 square foot. So these are 16, 2,000. Really, you could look at the square foot and kind of average them as well. So maybe like, yeah, I'd say about $2,300 a month is probably about right. considering you're kind of looking at all this and kind of doing like an average. But this one is right down the street, about a quarter mile or so, half mile. Kind of hard to see with that tree, but if you go back, you can click on the other one, and you're basically looking for like, yeah, exactly that. A 4-bed, 2-bath, brick home, 2-car garage, cookie cutter neighborhood. You want to make sure you're comparing comps for comps. Sometimes you'll find great comps, and you realize that the number, they're not actual comps, just the numbers suggest that they might be. Anyway, so yeah, so $2,300 a month. There, and then you may ask, okay, well, what's the property actually worth? Am I getting a good deal? Of course, it needs a little bit of work, so you're going to have to assess how much work it needs. I usually assume $4 a square foot installed for flooring. So when you go in there, look at the rooms, add up the square footage, you get an idea of what you need as far as that goes. All right, so Hot Home, that's the one that we picked because, well, I know how to pick them. All right, guys, so go to redfin.com, type in the address without the numbers on front. Okay, I actually did that without saying that really fast. But this right here, the address without the numbers, it'll give you the street. That's what you're on here. And then you go to for sale, you hit sold. This will give you your last 3 months of sale comps. They won't actually tell you what they actually sold. It'll just show the sale comp, what they were listed for. Here in North Texas, everything goes for over list for the most part. So this right here is your comp area. And yeah, let's see here, 300 and 300. Let's see how big these are. Okay, so that's actually quite a bit smaller. $183 a square foot. Oh yeah, it's a good comp. And they have a lot of carpet too. Kind of shows you could dump carpet down and flip it if you wanted to. Anyway, so there's 300,000. Here's another 300,000, and it's 400 square feet smaller. There's 250, and it's 700 square feet smaller almost. So let's kind of look at the condition on this. I'll just give you a decent example. So yeah, this is an easy. This is an easy 300 and without doing the math, you basically look at the square footage and you do like 19. So let's call it like $180 a square foot if it's done well. So you might have to do some paint on this guy, but what was it, like 1,900 square foot? So yeah, like 340 maybe. You'd have to verify that maybe with a realtor to make sure that that's something that you can actually get in this neighborhood. But 1,900 square foot actually looks bigger than all the houses I'm seeing here. Yeah, by a lot. So that's good. That's good. And your square footage, oh, this one's 229. But yeah, I was going to go with, quite a bit less. So, all right, so we know that our rents are about $2,300 a month. So I'm going to write $2,300 a month. Our ARV, we'll call it, you could call it 340. That might be a little high, but it might not be either. These are just like to get you like real round estimate, good numbers, enough to say, okay, it's worth to go look at in person and actually get like a true rehab budget and stuff like that. All right, so this one is what, 249.9, something like that. All right. I don't get too picky on the numbers. If you have to get real picky on the numbers to make the numbers meet, it's not that great of a deal. Yeah, interest rate on a, we'll put 4.25, just because I like to round everything up. It is an investment loan, so they're typically usually a higher, 75089. I don't know if it was or not, but it's close enough. Credit score can stay there. Property taxes are... Property taxes, if you go on Zillow and you scroll down just a little bit, you'll get your assessed property taxes. They don't actually show it, but assuming, call it 4650, because you can see that right there is pretty close. So 4650 for property taxes. Homeowners insurance, I know because I invest in this area, is about $110 a month. And I can tell you what I did wrong here is they want to see property taxes per month, so I have to divide that real fast. 4650 divided by 12 is 387. Let's just call it 390. Alrighty, there you go, guys. I always round it up, say your payment's $1,500 a month. All right, so you got a $1,500 a month. And that is PITI. That's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So, like I said on the last video, a lot of people might say, cool, I pay $1,500 a month in principal, interest, taxes, insurance. It rents for $2,300. Bam, I just made $800 is that? Yeah, I'm a C student, but I can figure that out. $800 a month. Not quite. So you're going to have... bust out the calculator here. You have 10%, which go to vacancy, which is $230. You're also going to have another 10%, which goes to property management costs, which is another $230. Now, I have property managers that charge us a little 6%, but for just any random property manager out there, if you go out there assuming you'll pay 10%, it'll be good. Like I said, I like to round everything up, and if it turns out to be cheaper, that's just a bonus in your pocket, okay? And then repairs, if it's rehab nicely, you can assume $100 a month in repairs on average. And not every single month, but occasionally you'll go 9-10 months with no repairs, and then you'll buy a refrigerator. So that's just kind of the way it works. Okay, so taking all this into consideration, say your cash flow was $800 a month before this was considered. You'll minus 230 minus 230. That's for vacancy and property management. And then you minus another 100 for repairs, which brings you $240 a month positive cash flow. This does not include the rehab you need to put in there on the floors. I don't know what else, maybe paint or something. So the numbers are great if the floors were already done. The floors and stuff, you need to go. You would definitely want to go look at this property for sure. But this is a pretty decent contender for picking a random property that's like, I don't know, like 15 minutes down the street for me at least. So this is how you analyze a rental property. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to start doing a lot more of these because I do this like for sometimes hours a day, every single day. And I know what my numbers need to be. And here's a quick down and dirty way to do all this, guys. If they're asking $250,000, you go to Rent-O-Meter immediately, and it's not renting for at least 1% per month. That means a $250,000 house rents for $2,500 a month. I usually just skip it completely. It's just usually not worth your time unless you see some value add there that's not that Rent-O-Meter may not necessarily see. Like there might be another property on the backside, or there could be some adjacent vacant land that you could build something on, or something that Rent-O-Meter isn't going to necessarily pick up on. If you can see something like that, that'd be great. But for the most part, if it doesn't meet your 1%, moving right on to the next, and that's your down and dirty 10-second analyzation of every property. Guys, if you like this, consider smashing the like button, subscribe to the channel. I make several videos on real estate investing for passive income per week. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one.